Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Pascal, and today our video is quite different. We have a guest. His name is called Tolu, one of my friends, and he's here to share his life experience, and he's here to talk to men. Actually, my platform does not offer much of men, but I was just having a conversation with him one day, and then the things that he said to me, I was like, why not share this with you guys? Let's meet and we talk about this on my channel. So he's here, and he's here to talk about men actually. So Tolu.
First and foremost, I would like to say thank you very much for having me on your YouTube channel.
You're welcome.
I'm just here to have fun though.
He's actually here to have fun, guys, and already his champagne or wine is ready, and
this is it, just in case you want to be sure.
I'm a Red Bull child, I'm a Red Bull person, and I like the yellow one, so that's what I'm having. A Red Bull while he's having his champagne. Okay, Tolu, talk to us about men. You said a valid point the other day when we were at work, and you spoke something that I've never heard a guy say, or I've never heard a man stand up and say, we need to love us first, and maybe you can start from there.
Simple. Everyone needs to love themselves first, because the Bible says you need to love your neighbor as yourself. That means you must have been loving yourself first before you can even love your neighbor.
But it's hard now.
Yeah, it's hard. But the truth is, you need to love yourself first, because you can't give what you don't have. So you need to love yourself, and that love will now begin to show towards other people.
Okay. And there's one thing that I'm noticing as we are growing up, we're indulging in relationships and we are in love, and most of the times when we are in love, we tend to love our partners more than we love ourselves. I've noticed this with girls, or it's only me, guys. If you have experienced this, comment down on the comment section, because honestly, me, if I'm in a relationship, I tend to look at my partner, like try to impress them, try to make them look good, and I forget about me. Is it the same with you guys?
Well, it's the same with both sexes, but one thing I've realized is we always need to strike a balance, and that balance comes in the place of, yes, you love this person, yes, you care about this person, but before this person came into your life, you were also loving yourself. So where did that go to? So you should always be conscious of the fact that you were living before you met this person.
Okay.
So you need to also take care of yourself and also take care of the person. Okay.
There is that one point that you mentioned to me, that when you get your salary, the first thing you do is pay yourself. Can you explain that?
I work for it. I should pay myself before I need to pay other people, because we all have responsibilities. But buy something that you can always say, oh, this is what I did with this month's salary. Just get something that will make life much more easier for you.
So that's how you pay yourself?
Exactly.
Oh, I thought maybe paying yourself is maybe you go out alone, you go on a date, just a date alone.
Yeah, suffice for me. It can be anything. I can buy myself anything. I can just say, okay, I'm just going out to the restaurant alone. I want to be alone. I want to spend money on me.
So when you are paying yourself, if you're talking about going for maybe spa date, or you're going to the restaurant, or you're going whatever, you are going alone because you're paying yourself. You don't go with your girlfriend, or you don't go with your friends.
Of course, because we all need to be alone at some point. Being with people every day, every time, sometimes we get so choked that we want to be by ourselves. So there's a point where you just need to create time for yourself. Even if you're in a relationship, even if you're married, you always need to create time for your own personal self. If not, you realize that you're giving out to people, and then you're not giving anything back to yourself. You're not trying to improve on yourself. You're not trying to take care of yourself. You're not trying to expand your horizon, but you're just putting yourself in a particular box and also putting the other person in a particular box.
Okay, so what you're trying to tell me? Because listen, to me, guys, if ever I'm in a relationship, I don't think my boyfriend can actually go for spa without me or take himself to a restaurant on his own. I find it so weird. But he's here saying that he takes himself out just for lunch or for dinner, and he goes like it sounds so weird, but I think it's very, very necessary for one to take care of themselves.
Yes, because one of the things I realized is when you put this responsibility on your partner, it begins to, when it doesn't happen, you begin to question whether the person loves you or not.
Okay.
But the point is, love should flow from you to the other person, not the person flowing from. You get what I'm saying now? So if you actually feel like you need to be loved, love yourself first.
Okay.
And from there, you can love another person. So if I'm going out, I'm not saying I wouldn't take you out some other time. But I'm just saying what I want to give to you, I also deserve it also for myself. And just be alone. Men just sometimes we just want to be, even if it's just for a few minutes, we just want to be alone. It gives us more perspective, it gives us something that we just get time to just, okay, this is what is going on now, this is what is going on now, okay, this is where I need to be right now. That's 30 minutes, 1 hour.
But do you understand that most ladies, including myself, I don't understand when a man is telling me I need time alone.
Yeah, because
like going on a date alone, some girls would think, bro, you're not going on a date alone, you're actually definitely going to cheat.
Because that's
what
the society tells us. That's what the society has sold to us. That's what TV has sold to us. That's what people's past experiences have sold to us. So we find it difficult to trust people when they say, oh, I'm going on a date alone. But the truth is, if you don't trust the person you're telling you is going on this, so why in the relationship in the first place?
Okay, I'm learning, guys. I am not this patient. I can't take someone saying I'm going for lunch alone. It does not make sense. I feel like people can cook at home and eat, and then that's it. So here your point is, men should take care of themselves.
Yeah, it's
men
very
should
important.
love themselves. Men should remember that they have a life. Is that what you're saying?
It's very important because men have been programmed in a way to be the breadwinner, to be out there making the money, and then they forget that they have mental health, they have physical health, and they need to take care of these things. They have their emotional health.
Okay, so you spoke about physical health and you spoke about mental health. How do you deal with your mental issues and how do you deal with your own depression? I'm sure everyone, actually there's one thing that we don't notice. People who actually go on depression more, it's men than women. It's just that us, we're vocal, we speak about it and we cry, we out there, we speak about it. But men, they don't even realize sometimes that they are having this depression.
Yes, men actually don't even know they're going through depression.
They don't know, right?
They just feel, oh, it's one of those things I just need to push through. They don't want to accept that they are depressed. But the truth is, we are human beings.
Okay, and how do you deal with that yourself?
Personally, have friends you talk to. That's why we also need to know our company. There are certain people you should have that you can share your burdens with. Oh, I'm so broke right now, and it's
and you can actually open up and tell them,
exactly.
Bro, I'm really
like
broke.
just last week before I got some money, I was so going crazy, like I'm freaking dried up. I don't have money, and I was trying to avoid so many things, but people were asking what was going on. I'm like, no. But there are some people I told that, guy, I'm broke. And
I'm really
affecting
stressed.
me.
It's really affecting me.
Of course.
Yeah, that's the thing. With us ladies, we feel like crying, telling my friend, because listen, we are in a foreign land first of all, and we do not know the people that we hang around with sometimes, and it's so hard to trust someone to say, okay, you are my friend, and then discuss financial issues with them. bro, I really need help on this, because most of us, if you look at us, we are students, and at the same time we are also working, and people would actually say you are working, but you've got family back home that can take care of you and things like that. And then you figure out that there are so many people who are dying. We have come across so many situations where people are just committing suicide because they are failing to open up, especially boys. Boys do not open up. So I think that was a valid point that you say, that you have to have a group of people try to talk to someone. Even after out of the 5 group of people that you have, just have one person that you can actually open to and tell the story.
I would like to use this illustration. Jesus had 12 disciples. Out of the 12, he loved 3, and out of the 3, he loved 1. So there's always a bracket of how you can have a lot of people, and then you still have your favorite people, and you still, within those favorite people, you still have the one
that you talk to. But sometimes, I feel like here, if you have a friend, the jealousy starts coming in, and maybe let's say you are working, you are making money, and the other person is not making money, or some jealousness. Do you actually feel it that now my friend is becoming fake, or you don't feel it?
Your friend that feels jealous about you shouldn't be. No, it's not. The person is not your friend. Jealousy is an emotion. It's something that probably the person feels like he or she is lesser than who you are at this point, and the person is envious of where you are right now. It's a normal thing. It's something that happens everywhere in the world, even ancient times. But the truth is, that person shouldn't be your confidant, because your confidant shouldn't be someone who is jealous of you. It's someone that when you're winning, the person is so happy. You get what I'm saying? Exactly. Because the first person feels that your winning is also their own winning. But someone that is envious of you doesn't see your winning as their own winning.
Feels like, no, this person has to be under me. I have to be on top all the time.
Exactly.
I get you. And then there's this one thing that you actually shared with me. You said, you actually gave me a tip. You say I was actually telling you that I'm actually mentally exhausted, I'm physically exhausted, I'm so drained, and then you told me that I'm supposed to buy. You said I should set up my bathroom. Can you explain that? I really like that, because I tried to do it in my house, and yes, it did go well for me, but I didn't feel it like the way he had explained. Can you maybe explain that? When you're feeling emotionally tired and physically tired, what is the self-care that you actually do on yourself?
Well, I remember what I told you, and it's just how everybody feels when they enter the bedroom.
Not everyone.
Everybody feels it's special when you pour water on their head.
Oh yes.
They feel, no matter how tired you are in the morning, once you pour water on your head, you feel like you're re-energized. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So you just getting back probably on the weekend, just put water in your bathtub, put what we call big bombs into the water, just get a cup of wine, and just lie down in the water for like 30 minutes, 1 hour. Probably listen to cool jazz music or whatever music that appeals to you, and try not to think about anything.
Okay, guys.
It's difficult, but it helps.
So in a way, you are meditating.
In a way, people call it meditating, but also when you're meditating, you're probably thinking of something, one thing. But at this point, you're not thinking about anything.
Is it possible?
It's possible. You try. It's difficult. Trust me, it's very difficult.
Because
2 minutes into it, something comes in.
With me.
Exactly.
With me, once I'm in the water, trying to do all that, I start thinking about a lot of things. I didn't iron my clothes, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. I'm supposed to, today is Sunday, I have to prepare for tomorrow. Tomorrow is a new day, it's a new week, I need to have all the energy. I have to cook, it's so hard. Like, I find it so hard, but thank God, because I actually came across this, I don't know if it's a novel or it's a book, that you actually need it, even if it's not meditating, but you actually need it. It's a must. And I'm so glad to hear it from a guy, because I have never came across any guy that will actually bubble up the room, spice up the bathroom, and actually sit there for more than an hour, 30 minutes. Most of the guys They are always thinking. Most of the guys, they are always thinking, and all the time they just want to bath. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's enough. They are out. Boom. They are starting their new day. But if for someone to come back from work exhausted like that, enter the bathroom, chill for 1 hour, 30 minutes. Get out of the
I don't do it every day though. It's not every day.
Yeah, it's not
Once
every
in a
day,
while,
but
at that point you feel
better.
you feel a lot better because you feel like you don't have any worries and you just enjoyed something that you probably have seen in the movies. Your jacuzzi might not be as beautiful as the ones in the movies, but it's something. Just make do with what you have.
Okay. And I love the fact that you are not so eager to make a lot of money. You are not so eager to make a lot of money, but whatever money you make, you live within your means, and you like that. You know, I always used to say, Tolu, you are so relaxed, you know, like you are so relaxed. I like that. How do you do that? You don't feel so much pressure, like these guys are driving a Porsche, they're driving a Bentley, and you don't feel the pressure, like what's the drive? What's the drive? You always tell me you are going to make a lot of money.
Of course.
You know you're
The
going
thing
to
is-
you don't feel the pressure, because I feel so much pressure.
I feel the pressure.
Feel so much pressure
I
that
also feel the pressure.
I look at my age, right? I look at my age mates. Most of my age mates, guys, I told you that I'm 25. Most of my age mates are married. Some are financially stable, but not so stable. And I look at myself, I'm still a student. I'm not married. This and this. Like, I just feel like it's just a lot. I feel like I'm running out of time. But the way you are so relaxed.
You know, I realized that I feel the pressure. I wouldn't lie to you. I also feel the pressure, but we are all meant to feel the pressure, but how do you respond to the pressure? That's where the thing comes from. How do you respond to the pressure of someone younger than you is already driving a car in the same city? You even probably have lived longer in the same city with the person. That the person probably came like a year after you. But the truth is, you ask yourself, where are you coming from? Where is this person coming from? You cannot compare. You cannot just because of that begin to put yourself under undue, unnecessary pressure. Yesterday, I was talking to my uncle, and I told him that I just sat down on Saturday. It was this Saturday when I got back home, and I was just looking at myself and like, I've come a long way.
Wow.
When I first came to this country, I was living in an hostel
Okay.
for like close to a year, and then finally moved into an apartment where 3 people were living in a one-room apartment.
Like, okay, it was an apartment with 3
One
bedrooms.
room.
1 room.
3
okay.
people living there.
But would you believe I actually lived in one apartment with 6 boys and I was the only girl?
Imagine.
Story
You all
for
have,
another day.
you all have stories because, and when you look at yourself now, you realize that you were not where you were before, and definitely you won't be where you are right now in the nearest future because
Definitely.
you're not just sleeping at home. You're definitely taking steps, going out there every day to make this money, to get the bag. So if you are always at that, pressure will always come, definitely. But so far your sights are set. It might tarry, but it will definitely help.
Guys, I wish this conversation could go on and on because I enjoy talking to Tolu. I learn a lot of things. As much as he speaks like a relaxed person, trust me, believe me, I learn a lot of things because I learned that you don't have to have so much pressure from what everyone else is having. Of course, yes, we're trying to balance up stuff. We are still growing, we are studying, we are not married. You know, like all these things. Other people already, they've graduated, they are now working, they're stable, they are married. And you look at all these things, you feel like I'm running out of time. We feel so much pressure. That is why at a point, sometimes people end up committing suicide because they don't have anyone to talk to. They feel so much pressure to a point that they feel so useless. You understand? So I really learn a lot of things just from having a stupid conversation. You know, it's
One
just
thing I
like,
would just like to say, another way to avoid or reduce pressure is sometimes getting off the internet. Consciously getting off the internet. Because the internet is where we most, especially our generation right now, where we get the most pressure, because most of everything you see on the gram, it's all in the studio.
I'm telling you, especially as girls, you will see a girl there with a good structure, with no belly, you know, flawless skin, and the pressure is just too much. Tolu, that is so true. The pressure is just too much. So
get off the internet. Enjoy yourself.
enjoy yourself.
We've lived this life without internet. We can live
Our,
it.
our parents did.
You can survive 1 week without it.
Yeah.
Just put off your data and you can just delete the applications and still probably watch your YouTube videos and other things. But where you feel like you always compare yourself because you get to have your age mates there, people you went to school with, and just delete the application for 1 week and then you go back again.
Yeah.
It helps you mentally, it helps you emotionally, because the truth is we're not all running the same race.
Thank you.
And the truth is, somebody making it at the age of 25 doesn't stop you from making it at the age of 40. It also doesn't stop you
But
from
people
making
feel
it
like 40 is too late.
40.
We want now.
The point is making it.
It's making it.
So if yours come at the age of 25, congratulations. But when mine comes at the age of 40, then I'm having the best and the newest things at the age of 40 because I can afford them. That means yours has been probably 15 years older when you got yours. So let's appreciate the fact that when somebody is being blessed in your circle, it's already in your neighborhood. So you just need to wait for your turn.
Tip to that. Yeah. So guys, thank you so much for watching. To those, especially the guys, because my YouTube channel does not accommodate men, but I wanted him to come and talk to men that, remember, you are a man at the end of the day. You need to love yourself. You need to remember who you are. Let not pressure be too much, because we see other men, end up committing suicide, and it's too much. It's happening a lot. Sometimes school is struggling with school stuff, and sometimes struggling with not finding the right person to speak to, because here we cannot go for therapy, right? Because they speak Ukrainian language, they speak Russian language.
There are therapies you can go for.
Really? A lot of people should not know.
Though.
It's expensive.
If you do your research properly, you find them.
You find them, yeah, you see. So it's quite expensive. And you are a student, your parents are very far. And most of the times, I come from the southern part, he comes from the western part, where parents actually send their children and then they get there. When you get there, you start seeing life for yourself. Am I right? You start supporting yourself. So you find out that things are becoming so hard for you that you cannot go on anymore. But from the southern part, we still have parents that support us till the end. You understand?
Because we have parents that support you the end also, but
I mean financially.
Financially, but the mentality for every Nigerian is once you are out of your country, you should be able to take care of yourself.
Because you are abroad. Like I grew up watching the movies and they're saying, he's studying abroad, and then when he comes back home, they're expecting you to come with big bags and with the money. So most of the people, they feel so much pressure of going back home with a lot of stuff, of which people do not know that abroad of it, it's hard. It's hard. It's not easy. So I hope you guys are gonna learn a lot of
last
stuff.
word for the men.
Yeah.
My last word for you guys is let us learn to speak. It's difficult for men to speak, but
Find one or two people.
do speak. Because it helps a lot. Just speaking alone is 50% like salt, like just you speaking it out. But most of the time we don't speak out, we have challenges we don't talk about, and then we just bottle it up, and then another one comes to bottle up. And those are when you begin to feel like you are not enough. Those are when you feel like that you feel like your mates are way ahead of you.
And and then you start feeling useless.
And then you now begin to think of ways to take your life and do other stuff, or begin to feel peer pressure and then begin to do things that you're not meant to do. So speak up. There are always people, people cannot be trusted, I understand that, but you also need to find people that can be trusted. You cannot tell me out of 10 people you have, one person can be trusted. Then what are you doing?
Yeah.
Then you need to change your circle.
Yes, that is very, very important. The friends that we choose. Have friends that will support you through thick and thin. Have friends that will always be there for you. I think the circle that we choose to hang around with should be real to you, not fake to you. You shouldn't be of competition. If you feel like you and your friend are now in a competition, I feel like just step back a little bit and, run your own race at your own pace. So, anyway, it was great having you, Tolu. Thank you so much for visiting. And guys, I hope I hope you're going to really, really learn a lot from this. Yes, it's a conversation that actually went broad than us just focusing on self-care on men. But trust me, believe me, there are so many people who are looking for these words and they really use them. I always say, try plan A. If plan A fails, does not mean that you are a failure. Try plan B to boost plan A that failed. Hope you got me. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please do share, like, comment and subscribe. See you in the next video. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Bye.